This is a Looney Studios podcast. Hello and welcome to Aerde Tales. I'm Hunter Looney, the Game Master. This show is a fantasy role-playing game that takes place on the planet of Aerde, around the Renaissance period of that planet. The stories, magic systems, species, etc. are my own design, but some of the gameplay mechanics like stat categories, fall damage are either from or adapted from Dungeons & Dragons and Pathfinder, etc. I'm joined today by Leah.
Gamoree.
And Noah.
Salvazar.
Last time on Aerde Tales, our adventurers had an audience with the Queens of Desmodon, during which they bestowed a place and land to Gamoree. It is to be somewhere where Gamoree and her team can reside. After some celebrations, including Shay's 231st birthday, our crew headed south to Shay's Manor. While in the city where Shay resides, they met Shay's lead researcher and scientist, who had been experimenting with the contents of the vials that our team had recovered. Further testing was required, but some aspects were learned. Our adventurers were introduced to the chief steward of Gamoree's residence, and they left the city of Desmodon out of the southern gate. We now join our party, which includes Omi, Pak, the familiars Salvazar and Gamoree, while they are riding in the cart driven by Annie, the chief steward of the house. They have a couple of hours of travel to the home. Is there anything y'all wish to talk about on the way?
No.
We have a pretty legit party here.
Yes.
I mean, we got a bit of people with us.
Yeah.
And
you
Annie Meadows. Okay. So what do I know about her so far?
Well,
just that she's assigned to be the chief steward.
Yep, that's it.
That's pretty much it. Okay. So can I go up and talk to her?
Well, y'all are all on a cart, so you're riding. You can just start up a conversation. She's
but
she's
I thought
like
she was
driving
driving
the car.
Yeah, that's what I'm
and you all
saying.
are sitting like literally right behind her.
But I want to go up and sit beside her.
You want to climb up to the front. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay.
You do that.
Okay.
You don't have to do an acrobatics check.
And I say, well, Annie Meadows, tell me about yourself, please.
Well, I know earlier I failed to introduce myself. I'm Annie Meadows, and I've been appointed by Shay to be the chief steward of your home. So how should I address you? Is it Master Gamoree, Lord Gamoree, Lady Gamoree, my liege Gamoree, noble Gamoree? I need to know how to address you, and also the other workers at the house on how they shall address you.
I kind of like the ring of two of those, but you may absolutely just call me Gamoree.
So, okay, just Gamoree.
Yes.
Is just a title where you're from?
Okay, no. Gamoree.
Okay. All right. Just making sure.
Only Gamoree. Okay.
All right. Well, if there's anything you need something while we're at the home or now, just let me know. And you also should feel inclined that you should ask any of the people that work under me if you need anything at all either. I'll introduce you to them when we arrive. But
okay. So what brings you to this line of work?
Well, I had previously done some stints working for Shay on different other projects and decided to retire from that line of work and was given to be steward of this household.
Oh, okay. So you've known Shay for a while?
A little bit, yes.
Okay. Cool. Well, I will look forward to getting to know you better and meeting everybody else.
Okay. Your cart approaches, this is hours later.
Okay.
I assume you all have small talk and whatnot in the cart, and it's not just awkward silence. Your bird and your firefox do some random stuff, etc. But your cart approaches a clearing in the woods with a stone fence around it. There is a well-ridden path
Yeah, Kira's been like flying a bit
Yeah.
on and off.
Getting some prey and whatnot as well.
Mm-hmm.
So you all approach this clearing, and there's a stone fence around it, and there's a well-ridden path into the single opening of that fence. And as you all enter it, still on the cart, on your left you see a small orchard of various fruit trees of varying sizes. You then pass a tilled area that appears to already be sprouting some plants in it. And then you see a well. There is a two-story home that appears to have a purple roofing upon it, and it has a brown wood exterior. Directly in front of you is a stable for some horses. Annie proceeds to bring the cart to a stop and says, "Welcome to your new home, Gamoree."
Oh, thank you. It looks very nice.
So as you finish disembarking from the cart with all your things and whatnot, you see a 10-inch tall Salvazar female fly up. And it lands on Annie's shoulder. And Annie goes, "Well, this is Frida Kim, and she's the vice steward and clerk of your house." Clerk being handle any financial things you may want, or take care of any improvements you may want to make to the land, buy other land around. Frida will be able to handle that for you.
Goodness. Okay.
And Frida just shakes her head. Yep.
Hi, Frida. Nice to meet you.
She flies over and extends her hand, just
Okay.
hovering right in front of you. You shake their hand.
Shake her, yes, with my
All right.
finger.
All right. So they have clear wings. Like, this is a fairy, pretty much.
Mm-hmm.
If you, each of you give me a history check to see if you all have encountered any of the Java horses before.
What do I roll?
Just a D20.
Yep.
Each of you all did not pay attention to history and have a -5 to whatever you roll.
Sounds accurate for me. I got an 11, so I got a 6.
13. Yep.
You have learned that before the Java horses, they feed on emotion instead of food.
What?
Yeah.
Okay.
I can't give you any more lore because
Because we don't know.
y'all didn't pay attention in history class.
Okay.
We've already kind of figured out that
Sounds
Salvazar was kind of a troublemaker in his own town. All right. So 3 more. You all notice that 3 more individuals are now standing on the porch, and from left to right is how they're going to be introduced. Let me see which order.
Can I just say this is crazy?
What?
I did not expect for this to happen at any point during our quest, and I don't know how Gamoree is gonna deal with this. It's crazy. I thought one person like working for me was crazy.
Exactly.
How many more are there? And Shay is paying all of these people, or I have to pay them like from now on out of my money?
You'll see.
Okay.
Okay, knowing Shay,
Yeah, well.
would she set you up dirty like that?
No.
Annie begins the introductions and says, "On the left here is Aerde Arara. She is the game warden and marshal, and therefore anything you need to do with hunting or weapons, she'll be able to help you with. She also makes sure these guards work and gestures at these armor, like statues of armor that are around on either side of your front door."
Make sure they work.
Yes.
Ooh, what does that mean?
They are an enchanted guard to guard your house.
Hell.
These are they're defensive measures for the house, and we'll give each of you a bracelet that will help them recognize you so they don't attack you.
A bracelet? Okay.
Yes, don't lose it. There is Aerde, you see, is a 2'6" female gnome that nods at you, and she's an older gnome with parchment-colored skin and stark white hair. She is currently holding a hand crossbow and is wearing a cloak over her clothes. Next up is our cook, Atem Luca. She is an amazing cook. You see a younger human female standing at 5'2". She has white hair and parchment skin as well, and is dressed in various browns. Her right leg ends right after the knee and has a prosthesis that extends down to the porch. And then the last individual that works here is Ken Little, and he is the caretaker of the residence. He is a jack of all trades, and whether that's woodworking, cleaning, farming, etc. He is invaluable as any of our team is here. And you see standing on the right of a porch an older, but not old, 6'8" gray-skinned gargoyle. His skin appears almost stone-like with cracks and whatnot, and he has a gray beard and gray dreadlocks that extend past his shoulders. His wings are currently draped down from where they hang on his shoulders, almost like a cape. He is thick and sturdy looking.
Okay.
Alright, this is, as she prefers to just be called, Gamoree. And her team of Salvazar, Mushak, Barnaby, Kira, Omi, and Pak. Gamore's team, do you have any questions for our team? Or I guess your team now as well.
I don't think so. It's a pleasure to meet you all, and thank you for being here.
Do you have any questions?
No.
Alright. Okay, well, guys, you can get back to work while I give them the tour of the house, and all 4 of those individuals disperse.
Okay. I don't know how to handle this. I have a question. Would it have been, possible for us to have not even, had a relationship with Shay?
Yeah.
Yes.
That's crazy.
Yeah. Alright, let me,
I mean, I know anything's possible, but I was wondering, how much if you intended for it to go that far from the beginning of us meeting her.
I 100% have branching paths that could have got you all to whatever things eventually somehow.
Okay.
So I made this house, but if y'all want to rearrange anything and whatnot, in between episodes we can rearrange stuff and whatnot.
Okay.
The furniture. This is, you all enter the house, and Annie says, "This is the great room," and you see a room that has a little table with chairs to your right that has a plant on it, and there's a wash basin to the left of that table. There's a great many chairs and sofas surrounding a table that has a chess set on it. Past that, there is a dining room table that has a seating for 6 at it. There are 2 doors on the wall straight ahead past the dining table, and then there is 1 door near the wash basin on the right wall. At this point, Barnaby the Firefox casually walks over and climbs up on one of the sofas and then lays down. Kira, not to be outdone by the Firefox, walks over to one of the chairs, does a little hop with wings extended, and then positions themselves there to surveil the room. They both look rather comfy.
They're just making themselves at home.
Yeah, I can position them.
So cute. How's their interactions been so far?
Not hateful, but not necessarily BFFs.
What about Barnaby?
She asked the interactions between them two.
Oh.
They're not BFFs, but they're not they don't hate one another.
Mm-hmm.
And also, we know it takes Kira a long time to trust people, so...
Alright, let's continue into the kitchen.
Okay.
Annie proceeds straight ahead. She enters one of the 2 doors on the far wall. As you all follow her and enter the kitchen, you see tables across the middle of the room with various items and different levels of preparation, and a table on the wall closest to you with some fish on it. There's a wash basin and some pots on the right, a butchering table on the top left, and a keg and huge pot on the far wall.
Goodness.
And then a fireplace on the far wall as well. There is also a door to the outside on the left wall. Adam speaks up and she goes, "Well, I'm preparing dinner, and I'll let you all know when it's about ready. Do y'all have any questions for me?"
Have you worked here long, or you just came here recently?
I'm rather new, but I don't know what the word is for it, poached. I was working in a restaurant, and Shay and Annie found me there and gave me a raise to leave.
Oh, okay.
And all of us here live here in the house, so I mean, it's a short commute.
Okay.
Like 20 feet. So I mean, I like it.
Well, good.
All right. So y'all head back to the great room and then proceed through the door on the right wall. This leads you to the stairwell.
Oh, there's an upstairs and a downstairs?
Yes.
Goodness. So you said it's 2 stories, so there's a basement?
Yep.
Okay.
Annie speaks up and goes, "We have a basement below for storage, etc. I would be happy to show you any of that later. To the left are Atom's and mine and Frida's room. And there's 2 garde-robes for anyone to use. These are toilets."
Okay. To the left upstairs, or
Yeah,
to the left of the
she
floor that
walks-
we're on?
She walks in to the left door. So she
But
goes
we're upstairs
outside.
now?
No, you're still on the first floor. This
Oh.
is first floor.
Okay.
You have not went up the stairs.
Okay.
So she walks you through their room, and this Adam's room is right here. There's a toilet for anyone to use right here. She proceeds to open all the doors to the rooms to let you all see in them, and then quickly closes them to keep people's privacy and whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
You all make your way back to the stairwell room, and then proceed to head through the southern door down here, which leads you to a little hallway. She has said, "There's another toilet for general use right here." You met Aerde earlier, the game warden. Her room is right here on the corner. She opens the door and shows you that room and closes it. All the rooms on the first floor are of varying sizes and all include a bed and some sort of desk or table in them. And this room right here is the only room on the first floor that is not occupied. And one of you all is welcome to choose to be in it. May I ask for this room,
I was
please?
going to suggest it for you, Pac.
Uh,
If that would be good for you.
oh, well, thank you. I won't have to use the stairs then.
Yeah.
All right, let's head upstairs and take a look at the upstairs. So you all head upstairs, and you all see a L-ish shaped hallway as you all enter the upstairs. And currently, from where you all are at, you're at the bottom rung of the L, and you see 3 doors before you. Annie looks at you, Gamoree, and she goes, let me show you your room. I hope you will be pleased.
Okay.
So do y'all all follow?
Yeah, sure.
So y'all proceed straight in, and as you open and go into this room, so let's go clockwise from the door. Annie is showing you all of this and like pointing to it and whatnot. There is a door right next to the door into there that leads into your own chamber pot or toilet. There is then a cabinet and desk on the southern wall. Then you have bay windows on the western wall where there are bookshelves on each side of these huge windows. And then the middle is a lockable chest on the ground. Annie hands you the key to it. In the middle of the room is the only rug in the whole house. And on top of that is a round table with 4 chairs. On the north wall is one of those changing curtain thingies.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what they're called. And then at the top right of the room is a huge Alaskan king-size bed, which is 9 foot by 9 foot, and is near the wash basin. And Annie goes, "Are you happy with your chambers, Gamoree?"
Yes, it's 4 times as big as any room I've ever had.
Okay.
It's lovely.
All right. Well, that is good to hear. Salvazar, being as I've been told you are Gamore's closest ally, I thought you may want the second biggest room.
Okay.
That
Can you show me it?
Okay. All right. So she heads to the southernmost room on the second floor. So Annie walks out of Gamore's room and takes a right and heads into the southernmost room on the second floor. And you see a bed of comparable size, but a slightly smaller room. There's a door with a room that leads to your own private chamber pot as well. There is a desk, dresser, and bookshelf. Are these accommodations to your liking, Salvazar, or would you like to see the other two rooms before you decide?
Yeah.
Okay. Wait. Yes,
Yes.
you want to see them?
Yes.
Or yes, you want to pick this one?
Yes, I want to see them.
Okay, all right. So she finishes and she exits, and you all head north.
So who else is up here with us? Omi
Mushak.
and Mushak. Okay.
All right, so the first door y'all come to is the one right in the middle of the second floor, and she opens the door to it, and she says, Ken is located here, so if y'all need anything during the night, he should be able to assist. And the two northmost rooms are vacant as well, so let's look into those, and you all see rooms with about what a queen size bed would be in either of them, with varying sized tables, wash basins, chairs, and whatnot in them. So Salvazar, which of the three will you be taking?
I guess I'll take the same one that I was in.
The one I thought you would be?
Yeah.
Awesome. And where would you all like Mushak and Omi to be?
I mean, they can choose for themselves which one they want.
Mushak thing says they'll take the western one because there seems to be some chemical set in there to mess with. And then Omi takes the northeastern one.
A chemical set?
On the table.
Mm.
You all are.
I want to go to the basement.
Alright, y'all want to go see the basement? I can show you that. Let's head all the way down. Y'all go down the stairs, take a loop, go down the next set of stairs. And what you all see is a basement that is, it has a ton, it's stockpiled where y'all could hold out here for a while if needed.
Of like food?
Food, water, alcohol, more food, weapon supplies, food for anything.
Cool.
It is stocked to the nines.
I check out the weapons and see what they have.
The main things you see down here is things that like raw materials that you would use to like fix and repair various weapons and whatnot. Or help you sharpen arrows or make more arrows. It's a lot of raw components to help in making more of something or repairing something.
Okay.
This isn't a full blacksmithing operation here, but mainly like quick fixes if you all were being attacked and were holed up here and needed to repair your stuff.
Okay.
This place is crazy.
You all are free to do with what you want.
How many square feet is this house?
I have not measured it, but each square is 5 feet by 5 feet.
That's a bit.
Yes.
Okay.
So if you want to calculate that.
Whatever I want to do with that information.
Yes.
Okay.
Right. What would you all like to do now? You all have got the grand tour. Is there anything?
Have we brought our
I still haven't figured out my cut of my payment yet.
Well, Shay's not here yet. She said she'd follow along in a couple days. A day or two, is what she said. But in everything that Shay's done, do you think she won't follow through on that?
Nah.
You trust at least that she pays her debts.
Yeah. Do we like bring our stuff in already?
Yeah, you all have your backpacks that you normally would travel on your person.
Okay. I mean, I guess I dropped my stuff off in my room, or I already did that. And then, can we go look outside?
Yep. Yeah, and go back and look outside. Is that what you're going to do as well?
Sure.
Are your familiars coming with you?
Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So you all are outside now. You see there's a well right near the door the front door that you enter and leave right there. And what would y'all like to do?
So this is just like open area?
They're everywhere on the outer rim surrounding this property is pretty much you own what's in the stone fence.
Right, but what is this brown part?
That's like a farming, like it's already been seeded and things are beginning to sprout.
Okay. And this is just trees?
It's an orchard of various fruit trees and whatnot.
Okay.
I think you were a little like in shock when you pulled up and didn't fully pay attention to it when you came in.
Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah, you all have a big enough farm plot to handle a full house with fruit trees and whatnot, and then hunting in the surrounding woods.
Okay.
Cool. I just wanted to look outside.
Alright, do you want to do anything while you're outside?
I guess I'll play with Barnaby.
Alright. What do you want to do with Barnaby?
Pet it.
Kira's just on my shoulder. But I brought can I go over to one of the fruit trees and see if she wants some fruit? She doesn't want that. What does she eat?
Carnivore.
She mainly likes to get
eat meat. Okay. Well, I just kind of like pet her a little bit, and I'm like, you can go hunt if you want.
And she kind of like cocks her head at you. And she kind of like extends her arms, and then like pops her neck like thing, and then like puts her wings back in. Like, I think I'm good.
Okay.
I guess I try to find squirrel.
Alright, do a nature check for me. Roll a d20. I'll let you do survival more for this.
Survival?
4.
Alright, so a 5. Barnaby got an 11. So Barnaby starts picking up on the scent and starts not like full-blown running, but like running enough to know you can keep up. And runs just a couple feet into the forest and like it's like wow, like pointing in a direction that thinks a squirrel is. What do you want to do?
I try to figure out where the squirrel is first.
Yeah, no, Barnaby already knows where the squirrel is. What do you want Barnaby to do now? That he's
Attack it.
All right.
Without using a physical attack.
So you look at Barnaby and you say, like, I don't want you to bite it. I don't want you to like hit it. I want you to try to like do something else. Right? Okay, roll an attack. What you got?
I got a 16.
16. Alright. Barnaby looks quizzically at you like, what? And then it's like a light bulb went off. And Barnaby goes and then you see like it starts lighting up in its mouth, and then it kind of goes and a fireball just shoots out of his mouth at the squirrel, and you just see poof, like this squirrel just kind of like explodes from this. I rolled pretty good on this damage for the
I know what to do next.
Okay.
I try to attack another squirrel with Barnaby, but using wind, so it can go like.
All right. So
I don't have to roll.
I'm gonna roll for him finding a squirrel. Yep, he found a squirrel. All right. So roll an attack again.
9.
All right. So you like show wind to Barbie, and Barbie goes. And does that again, and just fire comes out again. It's like, like, I don't know what you're asking me to do. I can do this. Is what you get from the way this Firefox is looking at you.
I thought you were going to use your wind combined with his fire.
That's what I was trying to do.
Yeah, but Barbie has no idea what you're trying to do. Mainly, me, I didn't get that either. And Barnaby, I'm playing Barbie, so if I didn't get that as a human, Firefox Barnaby definitely didn't get that joint.
Okay, Barnaby, try to do a fire attack, but like try to linger it and like keep on blowing fire, like a flamethrower. Just like keep on blowing fire, not balls, but fire.
All right, I'm going to tell you what I'm setting for Barnaby to even closely do this. I'm saying DC 19. You got to beat a 19 on this roll.
18.
Ooh.
All right, so Barnaby goes again, and it looks like it's a little longer, but it still just is a fire blast going out that's shooting. And Barnaby just looks at you like very cutely and is just like,
I wonder if it can lit its own paw on fire and just like scratch. No, like fire claw. Like
that sounds really painful.
You didn't hear any of this, Barney. Are you okay? I'm just thinking about a little bit more advanced stuff.
Maybe go like pet him. He did a good job.
Yeah. I gave him the dead squirrel. Sorry.
And Barbie eats it and is like, it's fine.
Okay, so me and Kira have been watching this.
Okay.
And
Kira just looks you in the eye like, I got this.
Okay.
I got this joint.
Are we gonna find another squirrel?
You can do it at tree.
So Kira looks at you and shrugs its shoulders. Whatever.
Okay. I mean, I don't think we necessarily need to if nobody's hungry. Let's just Kira, let's just try to do something to this tree.
Caw! Is that better? How's that for Kira's?
Sure.
Caw!
Alright. So I kind of just like point at the tree and I'm like, go.
No, you gotta give it.
Okay, so it takes off.
She's already like looked at me like she knows what's up though.
Alright. Like Kira pops her neck again. I don't know why. And is just like hovering right above this tree. And then just goes, Caw! And like you just see ice shoot out of this bird's mouth. And it just does the cool thing like in anime or TV where it like ice just up the tree.
Yes. And
then so Kira lands at your feet and kind of does its head down like it wants you to pet it.
Yes, I pet her.
Alright, then it bites your hand.
What?
Hold on.
What?
Hold on.
What?
Hold on.
What?
For 2 damage. And it goes, Caw! And then it goes, and it nuzzles you. And you see your hand healed right back up.
What?
And it's like, Caw!
Oh my god. You can do 2 magical things. I pet her and I'm like, that was so awesome.
Alright, so Kira then just looks over at Barnaby and is like, "Ka." And Barnaby goes, "Well?" Like, so confused what's happening. Like,
Barnaby's
why?
still like, I did a good job.
Wait, pause for a second. Is this relationship?
No, they don't. They're more like, they're kind of rivals, but then, like, if it got down to it in a battle, like, they got each other's backs.
Mm.
That's what you all have seen from them. Is
But they've not known each other for that long.
Yeah.
Like, I've not had Kira for,
but
a couple weeks.
yeah, but Kira knows that you care about them too, and so Kira vicariously is like, I'm going to protect these two so you're not sad.
Yeah, okay.
And then Barnaby's like, that's a cool bird. Not that Barnaby's dumber, but that's just what Barnaby thinks of this bird. This bird is cool, and Barnaby is a good boy that doesn't want to harm anybody either, unless it's a bad thing.
Oh.
All right. Anything else you want to do?
I'm just like, Salvazar, we have the coolest familiars.
Like, yours is cooler than mine. Yours can heal people.
Shh, don't say that in front of Barnaby.
Barnaby?
Do you want to do a animal handling check to try to make up with?
Yeah, sure. 3.
You rolled a 3, and you have a -5 to animal handling right now because y'all are. So currently, Barnaby is not. He's sad. Barnaby's sad. Y'all need to do anything today?
No?
Anything else? All right, y'all make it back to y'all eat dinner, interact with the people that work there a little more. You get to know them a little bit better and whatnot. Just like, not like their life stories or anything, but just like eating and very shallow interactions, you know?
Small talk.
Yeah.
Okay.
You all each go off to your own rooms that night, and you all go off to sleep. Salvazar, as you drift to sleep in your room, you begin to dream. You awaken on the day in your dream, not like in real life. You awaken in your dream on the day of your graduation ritual. That was about 2 months ago.
Uh-huh.
You're in your quarters in Using. You're getting dressed. You're equipping your multiple kunai knives. If you pass today, you're thinking to yourself, you'll be permitted to venture off into the world. But if you fail, you'll be executed.
What?
Yeah, it's a hard knock life in Using, man.
You don't got that tough with me.
Huh?
You don't got that as tough as me.
I did not see that. All right. So you, after you get dressed and everything, you start heading towards the ceremony. A lot of the city has gathered here in this courtyard, and you take your place with a couple of other people your age, kneeling at the center of this great courtyard. Fing Denev the Ninth walks to the stage. Fing is a huge, imposing white tiger humanoid that stands on 2 legs and is 6'10". He is dressed in all white from head to toe. As long as the longest-serving Doan of the city of Using, I welcome you all to this year's graduation ritual. If our participants this year are successful, they will begin their Omdala quest out into the world. We value the ability to keep to the shadows and be unseen. This year, as it is every year, our participants must stay out of sight and complete an assassination contract on one of our own citizens, here in our own city. Almost everyone in our city knows who our participants are. Everyone in our city are trained assassins, and they know that the graduation ritual is going on. So that only heightens how hard it will be for our participants to complete the contract. Only I know who the different contracts are on. I have sealed these contracts and no one has seen them. Our participants this year must complete the contracts within a week, or I will personally rid their weakness from this planet. Everyone is now dismissed. Darkness to you all.
Goodness.
An assistant walks up to you, Salvazar, and hands you a sealed letter. The Doan stares down at you while everyone leaves the courtyard. You open the letter. You look at the name listed here, Dimitra Denev. This is a person a year younger than you that lives in your town. Besides Mushak, who has been gone for almost a year at this point, Dimitra is one of your closest allies. You look up from the paper to meet the gaze of the Doan, and he just looks you straight in the eyes and smirks at you. He then turns and leaves, and with that, you wake up.
Mm.
They were like, when Mushak left, obviously you were sad, but then, like, you became better friends with Dimitra. I mean, as good of friends as you can in this crazy city you lived in.
Mm-hmm.
And so you all would make trouble, as you are a troublemaker in this town. And you would get into trouble with this person. You kind of took on the role that Mushak did with you, of trying to, like, protect this person and stuff.
Uh-huh.
So, but now, you have to either kill them, or you get killed, is what this letter pretty much is.
Cool.
It's the next morning now. Gamoree, you awaken to the mournful sound of violin playing. Make a wisdom check.
Oh. Okay.
Well, you have +3 to wisdom.
I got an 8, so 11.
You start weeping,
Gosh.
almost uncontrollably.
Okay.
So you look out your windows and you see Omi in the orchard, and it appears as though the plane is coming from there. Do you wish to get dressed and head out there?
Yes.
Okay. You head out to the orchard. Omi is there playing her violin, and you just, as you get closer to Omi, the tears, and you're just feeling a sadness and everything heightens, and you start crying more.
Goodness. Okay.
Stop using magic.
So Omi goes, it's only been 32 days since Peste died. I didn't want to believe it had happened, and she just keeps playing while she's talking and looking at you. I didn't want to believe it had happened, even at the wake. Well, I'm glad I've been able to take my anger out on things that have been bringing harm to people. For the last week, though, I was just thinking that, what if I had been the one to go to Ima instead of sending Peste? Then Peste would be alive. I know I shouldn't think like that, but my best friend would still be alive if I'd went. I'm sorry that I disrupted you with my playing. She stops playing at this point, and like, you just, the feeling of sadness just leaves. Like, the overwhelming, you might still feel sad, but that overwhelming stuff, and then your, like, unrelenting crying just stops.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sorry I disrupted you with my playing. I haven't played since the wake, and I used to play every day-ish, but whenever I start, just Peste loved my playing, and then her knees just buckle.
Oh.
And she falls to her knees, and tears are just running down her cheeks.
No. Elmi, it's okay. That you were playing, like, it doesn't bother us, and I think it's good for you to do it if it helps you to grieve. And I give her a hug.
And she embraces you back, and she goes, thank you. I'm just having trouble with coming, like, I think I've been distracting myself with traveling with you guys and stuff. I bought myself out of my contract in VAT and stuff so that I would never have to go back there. I had to go back there to give that report.
Yeah.
But with what we did, I had enough money to buy myself out and not have to go back ever again. I don't know what you're about to do or how long you're going to stay here before you go somewhere else, but can I stay here and guard this place for you while I come to grips with everything?
Yeah.
I want to work through this.
That's fine. Whatever you need. I was going to ask you what I could do to help you. And if staying here is what's best for you, then you're more than welcome.
Thank you. I will guard this with my life. I don't want anybody else to be hurt. Is there anything else y'all wanted to do this day before Shay or anything light arrive? Alright, well, the rest of the day comes and goes, and Shay does not appear this day either. I assume y'all go to sleep and wake up the next day.
Mm-hmm.
Shay arrives the next day shortly before, like right before lunchtime and stuff. And she arrives and is greeted and everything, does the pleasantries, and she goes, can I speak to you all privately in Gamoree's room?
Sure.
Alright. So y'all go up to Gamoree's room. Lynn also came with her.
I go and ask Omi if she wants to be involved or if she just wants to chill.
With the discussion?
Yeah.
Shay goes, this is only for you two.
Okay.
This is only for your ears.
Okay, I didn't know who she was talking to.
Okay. So, after y'all get in to your room, Gamoree, she kind of waves her wand a little bit and locks the door and seals it.
Okay.
She goes,
have I already thanked her? Was that part of the pleasantries?
She was just saying hi to everybody.
Oh, okay. Shay, can I first say thank you very much for this house and everything? It's crazy, and you definitely did not have to be this generous, but I appreciate it.
Well, I couldn't have you all staying in a shack now, could I, Salvazar?
No.
Always a delight, Salvazar. Always a delight. So, let's get down to it. I'm director of the Desmodon Special Forces. It's a secret organization that works both within the country of Desmodon and outside of it to further Desmodon's interests. Let me give you the sales pitch. Working for the Desmodon Special Forces affords you many advantages. Have access to magic users of about every discipline, unimaginable resources, and of course Salvazar. Money. For your work thus far, you have been granted this property, Gamoree. Salvazar, we still need to discuss the rest of your payment. This offer is completely separate from those things. The job offer is this. Join my special forces as field agents. This is promoting you past the first 8 positions within the special forces. I did this from seeing your work firsthand. Our continued cooperation, your previous rewards, and this place are not contingent on you accepting this offer. You could always work as contractors for me, but that would close off certain perks. I notice that you both have a hunger for learning, and I have the resources to feed that hunger. Joining would afford you access to other magic learners, to magic users, to learn almost any magic known. Almost. Now, you don't have to answer right now, but
yes.
You most... Okay.
Yeah, same here.
All right. I was also going to say you probably have questions.
No, that sounds...
Are we gonna be in, like, wars and stuff, or are we just gonna be, like, spies?
More the latter. You more will work behind the scenes, but not necessarily in the shadows.
I said yes so quickly because we have seen a lot of crazy stuff and still have unanswered questions and things that we've seen, and I want to see those carried out.
The hunger of learning.
Mm.
And that, yes.
Yes. Well, that is good to hear. Also, just so you know, this wasn't contingent on you saying yes or anything. Everybody's salary and whatnot here is taken care of by the crown.
Okay.
Crown. Taken care of by the crowns.
Mm-hmm.
So you won't need to dip into your own pockets, but you're welcome to do with this. This is yours now. Whatever y'all want to do to this property, buy more properties around it, add buildings and whatnot, your clerk will be able to handle anything that you may want.
Is there land for sale around this property?
Things are always for sale for the right price.
Okay.
Generally. All right. I do have a job for you, and it's not time sensitive. It can be taken care of if y'all want to have a little rest here for a little bit and take your time getting there. That's fine. This place is locked up pretty tight. And would you all like to hear about the next job?
Yeah.
Yes.
All right. In the northern part of Desmodon, an individual was bitten by a vampire without consent. You may know this, but it is a capital crime for a vampire to bite somebody without their consent. It is then also a capital crime if that person does not finish turning someone over if they contract vampirism. This individual was bitten. Was on the night of their graduation from a magic school they were attending. All right. And if you didn't know, if they contract vampirism and that vampire is not finished being turned, well, they turn into a remnant. And a remnant is someone who is not fully turned into a vampire, and they lose all their sense of self and their personhood is gone. They become feral and consumed only with the desire to feed on the blood of living people and animals. They are no longer themselves. They are no longer sentient. They only have one drive, and that is to feed.
Sounds great.
So their hunger, and the more they hunger, and the more dangerous they are, the more hungry they are. They are not as slow as zombies either. They're fast.
Okay, what do you want us to do with this person?
I was about to ask if you had any questions.
Yes.
It's not a person that is a remnant. That person that I was describing that got bit survived, and we were able to get them turned into a vampire. The person that turned them, though, let me just go a little more in depth in there. Near the city of Poli is, I'll give you a map later to get you there. There's a mansion that was previously owned by Gerard Dubas. He was a vampire, and it came to our attention that he recently bit that person that I described on their graduation night.
Mm-hmm.
He then did not turn them, and so 2 capital crimes right there. And a capital crime, if you didn't know, means death. All right. Luckily, this person, we were able to find them, get them turned into a vampire before they turned into a remnant. Once we tracked down and figured out it was Gerard, We found that individual, and we tracked them down. Like, we found their mansion, though, and it was bad because we, all around his mansion, he had treated people as if they were livestock. Anybody that wasn't a vampire was livestock for him to feed on. He wielded considerable power and wealth in that area, so he was able to keep it from getting to the authorities. We captured him, though, and he was tried privately by the queens, and then the capital punishment was taken out. He was taken down to the dungeons where he was sealed into an airtight chamber, executed, and then the chamber will remain sealed while his spirit disperses. It takes about a year after somebody dies for their spirit to disperse.
I did not know that, but okay.
Okay, all right. Sorry. I forget sometimes that people haven't been around as long as I have and studied as much as I have. That's why I also like you two, is because y'all, you keep it real with me. And you let me know when I'm just way over here. All right, somebody dies. Their spirit just kind of hangs out where they died as it works its way back into to Aerde and kind of like soaks back into the world. If you are a necromancer and stuff, you can tap into either the dead body or that spirit and have them do things for you or talk with you and whatnot. Okay? To stop this individual from being resurrected by magic or whatever, that's why we sealed them in the airtight room. We killed them, and then we will leave them there for over a year so that their spirit disperses and they are unable to come back.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Does that make sense now?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Sorry. I skip things sometimes when I think people know all the stuff.
Okay.
All right.
So,
Okay.
Skip, what do you want us to do?
Thank you. I went off on a tangent. I'm sorry. We believe that his mansion is filled with remnants. And
That sounds fun.
it is believed that he would capture, steal, or buy people and drink from them until they contracted vampirism. And then he would keep them as a remnant, as some sick trophy of his power over people that he thought as livestock. I have no idea how many remnants are located in his mansion, but I need you to clear out his mansion.
Oh.
I know exactly how to do that.
And how is that, Salvazar?
Put in a wall around his mansion.
Okay.
Bomb his mansion.
Bomb it with magic? I want the building intact, though. The person that he bit that is still alive, that is their what they are being given for being wronged by this person. It's the only person we've been able to...
Pause.
Yes.
James.
It is James's
Yeah.
character. It is Rafa Savoye. But the person that was bitten on their graduation night, this is what they're being given for being turned against their consent.
So the mansion needs to stay intact.
Yes.
Got it.
But that is definitely what would have been done if that wasn't happening.
Okay.
We also haven't talked about your reward yet.
Mm-hmm.
And she chucks a big bag of coins onto the table. She goes, 500 platinum. How does that sound? Are we even?
Yep.
All right. It's about what this house is worth. 500K. With the amount subtracted that you took when you caught the bag, and I gave you the bag,
Uh-huh.
I deducted that off of there. It would have been more.
Huh?
When we were in the mines and Salvazar tried to catch the money bag for killing the worm, and then I still gave it to him for chuckles. I deducted that amount off the top here.
Okay.
All right, do you all have any other questions about the job? It is not on a time crunch. The mansion is locked up. I'll give you the key before I leave.
Well, the remnants are inside the mansion, not
Yes.
like on the grounds.
Yes.
Wait. So, these remnants,
Uh-huh.
do they just want to eat people specifically, or just animals? And other
Animals,
stuff?
people, anything with blood. They hunger.
Okay, so what I have, unlock the doors,
Uh-huh.
put animals out there,
Uh-huh.
ambush, and then take them out.
I mean, you all are welcome to try whatever you want to try. I'll give you the details of the job, who to contact when you get to... But you don't really need to contact that person. Never mind. Here's the key. Here's the map to the mansion.
Mm-hmm.
Besides that, y'all can do whatever you want.
How far is it from here?
It is a bit. It's in the northern part of the country.
Okay.
It is days and days and days.
Okay.
All right. Any other questions for me?
No.
No.
All right. You mind if I stick around for lunch and whatnot, and then I'll head back to Desmodon?
Sure.
Of course.
All right.
Did you just recently purchase this house, or have you owned it for a long time?
This was one of my homes I've owned for a while now. You start acquiring things over hundreds of years and stuff. And I use it as kind of a
Safe haven?
retirement home for individuals that were field agents and maybe don't want to fight people anymore and don't want to do stuff like that anymore. They kind of take care of my old houses and whatnot, and then I give them to people. So,
Look at Annie.
just so you know, most of the people that work for you used to be field agents and either don't want to be anymore, or got injured, or just don't like doing it.
Okay.
And so I'm not going to just
Cool.
fire them. I'll give them something else to do if they want to keep staying and working.
Okay.
All right. And with that, yeah, she has lunch with you all, and then leaves, and you all are still here at the house. So what awaits them at the location of the job? Do they like their new living arrangements? And will Mushak be safe here? Find out on the next Aerde Tales episodes. Okay, let's take care of some housekeeping. First off, I want to say thank you to Noah for his violin playing during the Omi sequence where she was out in the garden. He played the violin and just tried to play something like she was just out there playing around with the violin. Not really a song or anything. Also, our adventures encounter magic. But once again, thank you, Noah, for doing that. If you want to create some magical items that could appear in Aerde Tales, please go to patreon.com/Looney Studios. The link's in the description. And on the front page, there's a link on Patreon to go to a Google form where anybody can submit an idea for a magical item. You don't have to be a patron to do this, and you can submit it anonymously or put your username or name on it to receive credit if we use it. Please add to this list. We love seeing the magical items that people come up with. It's truly stuff that I probably would not have thought of. You can also, while you're there, check out the Looney Studios Patreon. And if you become a patron, you gain access to this podcast early, among some other perks. Speaking of Patreon, I would like to thank our patrons. Thank you for supporting Looney Studios and Aerde Tales. And if you watch this episode on YouTube, you may have seen some maps, etc. And here is how they were made or where they came from. The overworld map was made using the software Wonderdraft. Maps and tokens were either directly from or adapted from assets from 2 Minute Tabletop and Dynamic Dungeons. 2 Minute Tabletop can be found at 2minutetabletop.com or patreon.com/2 Minute Tabletop. Dynamic Dungeons can be found at patreon.com/Dynamic Dungeons. The links are in the description. Visit them and check out their amazing work. Looney Studios can also be found at looneystudios.com and at the social media platforms listed in the description. Please give a review on your favorite podcasting site, like, comment, and subscribe on YouTube, and submit those magical items on our Patreon. The Looney family hopes you have a wonderful day. That was a Looney Studios podcast.